residential property manager based in West Auckland. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel, Residential Property Management Chat. Today we're going to talk to Steve Hegh. He's from Hegh Homes and he has many years experience in meth testing. So let's find out from Steve that why it is important to do meth testing, and let's see how he does it. So let's meet Steve Hegh.
Welcome, Steve Hegh, New Zealand Healthy Homes. It's important to meth test for your own safety and for your tenant's safety, and also it'll keep your insurance company happy.
Sure.
They want to establish a timeline of liability, so the best policy is clean in, clean out. So it shows you're doing, providing a property that has no contaminants on the way in, and it also says the tenant will test on the way out.
Okay.
So it's the best procedure for insurance companies.
Okay, so let's see how you get it done, Steve. Yeah.
Okay, what we're doing here today is a lab composite, which is we're going to select a number of spots around the property.
Sure.
We're going to place a template on the wall of 10 by 10 centimetres, as the levels are determined by micrograms per 100 square centimetres, which is why it's 10 by 10. We will take individual samples of each one, and then these will go to the laboratory and they'll give us an average back of the results. If there is something found in that initial sampling, we can then request to have these retested and get the exact reading for each room. Because then it's important to know how much and where any contamination is to make a decontamination plan going forward. We're now going to be taking a sample of the wall. I use Hill's Laboratories in Hamilton for processing all the results of the samples and reporting back to me. So the client has my report plus a laboratory report from Hill's Laboratories. Okay, the first sample I'm going to take, use a self-packaged ghost wipe, which is an alcohol wipe, and this is used to gain a good sample off the surface that is being sampled. So we are endeavouring to get a good pickup from the surface, 4 to 5 times up and down and across. And then this goes into the sample receptacle, which is labelled up sample 1, kitchen, and the address and date. Then into the bag with the chain of custody declaration, details of the job. And then we can move on to sample number 2, in lounge. As I mentioned, it's a 10 by 10 centimetre square, so we get 100 square centimetres. So it's important we get to the edges, and we can change the swab over a few times. Make sure we lift off the sample material for analysis. That too can go into the bag. Number 2 done. Always checking and changing gloves. And now to the bathroom. On these sort of surfaces, we look to spiral inwards, try and lift any surface material left on there. Methamphetamine is a crystal that's usually smoked and becomes airborne, and then when it touches a cold surface, it crystallizes again and locks into the building material. So that's why it attaches itself to the walls. but can take up to 10 for the lab composite. Any more than that, we make 2 sets. So that's closed and sealed with the instructions of the laboratory. Goes off the laboratory and then results back in 2 working days with my report, lab report. I always do clockwise, label properly, having first checked the outside of the building and any other signals for any signs of meth use or criminal activity. It's important to change gloves in between each sample because we want to eliminate any cross-contamination from one room to another, from one sample to another, to preserve the integrity of every sample. Last one, bedroom number 2. So in the property I'm trying to get samples of different building materials, cupboards, tiles, painted walls,